TV 10, Columbia.
PM Magazine.
Does this look like your average crop duster? Tonight on PM Magazine, we'll meet this South Carolina stunt flyer and watch him perform his tricks in midair. History Month, and tonight on PM Magazine, we're out at Owens Field. You look at all of these planes out here, and you know that they're pretty traditional planes. I mean, you get in them, you take off, you fly to your destination, and you land, and that's pretty well it.
You make it sound so simple, doesn't he? Well, actually, ever since Orville and Wilbur Wright made their landmark flight from Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, man has always had this sort of crazy urge to do something more.
Well, Kim Pearson of Sumter is an aerobatic flyer. He has a specially built plane that he uses for this. He does some pretty crazy things in an airplane.
Don't have a lot of times that I sit around and say, I sure am bored to death. I can usually find something to do.
Now that something is a mixture of flying and acrobatics. Aerobatic flying has been a major part of 26-year-old Kim Pearson's life for the past 3 years. In that short time, Kim has literally flown to the top of his class, performing with the U.S. Navy's flight demonstration team, the Blue Angels, and the Air Force Thunderbirds. But don't confuse Kim's aerobatic flying with stunt flying you've seen in the movies.
If we're going to do something for the movie industry, the person that's going to fly through a barn or fly through a billboard sign, that is called a stunt. What I fly is precision aerobatics. I practice it. It's well rehearsed. I know exactly what I'm going to do next, and I'm looking for that element of precision.
On about 25 weekends a year, Kim flies up and down the eastern seaboard to perform in air shows. Tonight, we'll follow him to his next performance. We'll see hammerheads, triple snap rolls, a tail slide where Kim actually flies backward, a maneuver where his plane tumbles end over end, and his trademark, the famed inverted ribbon cut. Is that dangerous?
In any sport, there's always that element of danger. In this instance, facing the risk of possible catastrophe, but to me, your destiny is completely pretty much in your own hands.
When Kim isn't flirting with danger 1,000 feet in the air, he's either enjoying home life with his wife and 2 daughters, or managing an audiovisual store in Sumter, or priming his prized pit special for another air show.
It's an airplane that is made specifically for this type of activity. It's designed for aerobatics.
Not much metal here. The Pitts is made mostly from lightweight balsa wood, and the wings are covered with 100% cotton. A 220 horsepower engine teases speeds of 200 miles per hour. The Pitts doesn't roll off any assembly line. One person works from start to finish until the plane is completed. The price tag, $70,000. Aerobatic flying can be dangerous. Take the case of Kim's colleague, Wes Winter, who crashed and was killed while performing in an air show just 2 months ago.
He's known several, that have crashed and they're gone, but I don't think about it. I don't want to.
Kim tries not to let it bother him either. Today, he flies 100 miles from Sumter to the Cheraw Airport for an air show sponsored by the local Kiwanis Club.
Keep your eyes open. Watch out for the opposite aircraft coming in. Let's fly a good, clean show like all of us do. We're all professionals. We all know what we're doing. Let's go do it.
The show begins with maneuvers featuring Kim and other pilots, but everyone is waiting for the show's highlight, Kim's solo performance.
It'll pretty much always average out at between 11 and 12 minutes from start to finish. But it's an action-packed 12 minutes. I don't think anyone gets bored.
A young man from Sumter, South Carolina, flying a fabulous Pitts S2A. He'll be looking for 180 miles an hour before he reaches the end of the runway. In, hard, back on the stick and putting that little Pitts into a vertical climb. He's the finest young aerobatic pilot to come along in the United States in many a year.
Kim climbs into a perfectly executed hammerhead turn. Then a loop with a snap roll.
After 1 or 2 of those maneuvers, you definitely have a headache.
This is the tail slide coming up. Watch as the plane moves backwards through its own smoke.
Airplanes don't fly like that, but Kim Pearson doesn't read the book.
And Kim never wears a parachute. At this low altitude, it wouldn't have time to open anyway. Kim's next maneuver is called a Lumshavak. At a speed of 175 miles per hour, he does what most pilots are taught not to do.
I pull the nose up a good bit above the horizon to about a 60-degree angle of climb and start a roll to the left. And what actually happens is the airplane just tucks its nose under and it just tumbles 1.5 times, nose over tail, nose over tail. The gravity is actually trying to pull you out of the airplane. If it weren't from the straps, you'd just come flying up out of the plane.
No way. I'm just as far off the ground as I want to get.
That'd be horrified.
It's time for the inverted ribbon cut maneuver. Kim will attempt to fly his 20-foot wingspan plane upside down, 15 feet above the runway, and zip between two poles 40 feet apart. Suspended from the poles is a colored ribbon which should be ripped to shreds by the propeller. Kim does several passes to be sure of his aim. He's beginning his final approach now. Here he comes. He did it. Now that's what I call threading the needle.
Seems like however you progress, you never get perfect. There's always more you can do. So if I could just do that a little bit better, and there's just one new thing I want to try to do. I've never been able to do them perfect, so I'm still working for that.
By the way, if you're interested in a little more information about Kim Pearson's Pit Special, the plane that he flies, those planes are made by hand, and they're made by craftsmen who have been doing this for years and years, and not a lot of young people are getting involved in building planes like that these days, and so you might call it sort of a dying craft.
Interesting. All right, now when we come back, we're going to go on a musical manhunt.